Have you ever wondered how some players manage to almost never lose the ball under pressure? Well, today we decided to take a look at just that and teach you guys 4 skills that you can do when you're under pressure. Let's get started. But actually, we start with something that's not exactly a fancy skill move, but more of a fundamental habit which will make you much more press resistant, and that is awareness. To stay cool under pressure, you need good awareness of what's going on around you so you know the threats, but also the safe areas that you can move into. Therefore, you should try to always look up before receiving the ball. You need to make a plan for how you want to beat the incoming pressure with either a good first touch, a pass, or maybe a skill move. Now, you can practice this anywhere, and it only takes either a teammate who can play you the ball or something to bounce the ball back off. Now, whatever you do, you should always look up both before calling for the ball, but also when you're running towards the ball, which will help you orient yourself about where to go when you receive the ball. Now, also try to have 2 obstacles behind you, that could be cones, acting as opponents that you'll need to spot over the shoulder when you're looking for the ball and move around when you get it. Basically, you need to force yourself to always look up, so when you're in a match, you do it automatically.
Don't prove me wrong, prove you right.
The second skill is a move by arguably one of the best players under pressure right now, Jong. Now, he uses it to beat often intense pressure in midfield simply by making a small feint with his body. Now, you do this skill by first using your awareness to check the timing of the opponent's pressure, and when you've determined how fast he or she might be pressing you, you fake taking a touch to one side and then quickly step over the ball and accelerate into the other direction. However, it's important to keep an eye on your opponent, because if you see that he or she has already read you, instead of faking the touch, you simply just take the touch to that side and utilize the space that the defender has left open. And if you want even more tips on this particular skill move, check out the video in the corner where the man himself, Jong, teaches you how to do it. Moving on to the third skill, we have the V-drag. This is a bit of a classic midfielder move, and if you've ever watched Sergio Busquets in action, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's a great move in pressure situations because you basically take the ball and move it quickly from a high-risk area into safety. At least for a few seconds before the defender recovers. Now, the move consists of 2 steps. The first is that you make a body feint to either side to get the defender to kind of follow you and get their momentum going. Then you step on the ball and drag it back with the sole of your foot. And finally, you attack the open space behind the defender with step 2, which is a nice and firm touch with the instep of your foot into open space. It's basically making a V shape with the ball, hence the name, the V-drag. The fourth and final skill is the sole roll stop. And we're not talking about the classic ball roll here, but instead of this little subtle rollback with your sole that stops the ball and buys you a bit of time. So, if you're dribbling with a defender on your shoulder and you either stop the ball with your sole or do a slight drag back, the defender will most likely take 1 or 2 extra steps after you stop the ball, which will give you a bit of time to look up, reassess the situation, and prepare for your next move. Now, the good thing is that you constantly keep your body between the ball and the defender, and most likely, after doing the skill, the defender will come at you, which will make it easier to beat them with a simple directional touch. And another good thing is that you can practice this basically anywhere. Just make sure that you sell the move by making it snappy and smooth, and you'll be stop rolling your way out of pressure in no time. So guys, those were 4 skills that you can do to weave your way out of pressure. But are there other skills we should take a look at next? Let us know in the comment section right down below. Of course, make sure to jump over to unisportstore.com if you need new football boots or new football gear. Of course, also make sure to subscribe to the channel with the notifications on if you had a good time. And finally, if you'd like to learn even more football skills to improve as a player, check out the playlist in the corner of your screen. And with those words, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.